It is the penultimate step on the road to FA Cup glory.
That's another terrific strike. They've killed the tie and they're heading to Wembley.
The home of football awaits the semi-finalists. It's time to get the ball rolling.
What a brilliant volley that is. Lovely goal. Chelsea score. It's a good hit.
Oh, it's a brilliant goal.
Welcome to the Emirates FA Cup preview show. Coming up in the hunt for cup success now and beyond, the peerless Kevin De Bruyne.
To get a new contract that takes me until 34 means that the club has a lot of trust in me to perform the way that I did the last 6 years, and couldn't be any better for me, to be honest.
Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel aims to take a giant step towards a trophy and a childhood dream.
So it was for me like watching the landing of the moon, which you can watch and be excited about it, but you can never think like you're part of it.
6 years since their Premier League miracle, Leicester City are reaching for the stars again.
One of the big reasons I've stayed at this club for so long and enjoy being here is that we're always trying to improve.
And from non-league to Wembley, Southampton's Che Adams on his rise and rise.
If you want to do something in life, it's you that has to do it. You have to step up to that.
I just see myself playing a part of the system. I don't see me as anything else. I'm there to help the team create as many opportunities as possible.
Moments of inspirational ad-libbing from Kevin De Bruyne.
Sometimes it's very difficult, it goes that quick. If I take a touch, try to look up a split second to get a picture in my head, and then you make a decision. It takes more time to explain it than it actually happens on the pitch.
Kevin De Bruyne's artistry and intelligence have added a new dimension to the English game.
But also I think the way that I play, I try to show that also defensively I'm the first one to put the pressure on the other team and be an example. I know if I'm doing this, other guys will follow.
De Bruyne, what a pass.
The Belgian is the epitome of Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Never stop pressing, never stop creating.
Game, set and match. Kevin De Bruyne, inch perfect pass.
I don't think he says too much to me. The coach understands that when he explains some things that I'm pretty quick at understanding what I need to do. We're pretty much on the same level, and I think he gives me also the freedom to do what I need to do.
Guardiola is famed for his obsessive approach. So does that rub off on his playmaker?
Well, he's not called me in the middle of the night, no. So, but I can understand where he comes from, you know. I know Pep and the staff would have dinner in the middle of the night, 12, 1 o'clock, and they would talk about football, and sometimes you think like, is that really necessary? But they love it, and it's their life, isn't it? So there's nothing than respect for me.
Dominating possession does not always equate to success. This season, City have learned the virtue of patience.
If you see the Everton game, they played really defensively. So that's basically 8 men behind the ball all the time. Sometimes they're going to be one second or one couple of meters of space, and then you need to try to react to that. I think the calmer you are as a person and as a collective, the easier it becomes.
De Bruyne's status at City now matches that of a club legend, Sergio Aguero, the Argentine leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah, let's hope we can send him off in the right way. You know, what Kun has done for this club has been unbelievable. I came in and played with him for 6 years, and I think we had a good partnership together. and we've done great things, and then hopefully we can end it in a good way for him.
Talk of a statue to commemorate Aguero is of little consequence to De Bruyne. The Belgian, who signed a new contract last week, still has much more to achieve at City.
Whatever you get from appreciation is nice, but you know, I'm not here to get statues. I'm here to play good football and represent my club, and whatever happens later happens.
Aina with the free kick. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant.
To get a new contract that takes me until 34 means that the club has a lot of trust in me to perform the way that I did the last 6 years, and couldn't be any better for me, to be honest.
Now the latest hurdle in the quest for the quadruple, a semi-final against another side in the Champions League last fall, Chelsea.
4 trophies would be the absolute pinnacle, no? Now is the time where it's almost all of nothing. You know, you can win a lot in this month and in May, or you can lose a lot. If we lose a couple, people sometimes will say it's a failure, but I think it's already something good that we are competing for everything. So we're in a good position, and hopefully in the end of the year we will have a couple.
Manchester City began their journey to Wembley in January, with Pep and his team aiming for a magnificent 7th FA Cup success. First up, Championship side Birmingham City came to the Etihad.
Oh, and a fine start for Manchester City. What a brilliant volley that is.
3 was the magic number, as City eased to victory in the 3rd round. But the Premier League leaders struggled to get going in the race for the last 16, when they went behind at League 2 Cheltenham Town.
Helped on, it was from the throw, and it's Alfie May who's got in to score!
However, Cheltenham's hearts were broken, as goals from Phil Foden, Gabriel Jesus and Ferran Torres spared City's blushes late on.
There's Cancelo into Gundogan, pulled back for Ferran Torres, and Manchester City are into the 5th round of the Emirates FA Cup.
After the scare in Gloucestershire, it was off to West Wales and Swansea, as the City juggernaut began to build momentum. Kyle Walker opened the scoring, before Raheem Sterling doubled the lead. And although the Swans pulled one back, Gabriel Jesus made sure.
Manchester City and Pep Guardiola march on, so they keep on winning.
Could Carlo Ancelotti's Everton be a tougher proposition in the quarter-finals?
De Bruyne, Laporte, turned onto the bar, but the follow-up is in from Ilkay Gundogan. Here goes Kevin De Bruyne to wrap it all up, and does. In the blink of an eye, they have got the job done.
Now only Chelsea stand between City and a 12th FA Cup final appearance. In 2011, the red and blue halves of Manchester embarked on Wembley for a semi-final derby. City were seen as the noisy neighbours by their more esteemed rivals. After major investment from new owners, Roberto Mancini had built a squad that many believed could end a 35-year trophy wait and emerge from the shadow of their neighbours.
In the first half, we were completely dominated by United. And after that, we tried to go physically, we tried to go 1 against 1, you know. And I remember De Jong and Gary was telling, okay, yeah, look, just try to control the games. Let me and De Jong do the dirty work for you, you know, just get it the ball and give it to you, and just try to do what you can.
And then Carrick giving it away to Toure, who's in for Manchester City, yeah!
It was something incredible. I can't describe that. semi-final score the first goal in the game, lucky maybe, or maybe deserve it. But I think, to be honest, all the team deserve it because we were fighting so hard for that.
Manchester City are in the FA Cup final and they've done it at the expense of Manchester United. Days don't get much better than this.
I think it was the beginning of a new era, in the new situation, and where this club want to achieve, trophies, and I think it was something I can't forget, and I think a lot of people will never forget.
Well, there's an opportunity for Iheanacho to continue his hot goal-scoring streak.
What can I say? What can I say? Just keep going.
After 2 goals in the quarter-finals took his FA Cup tally to 13, Kelechi Iheanacho became the all-time leading African goal-scorer in the competition's history.
First of all, I didn't know that I have achieved that. When it happened, some of my friends started telling me that I've done this. I said, I don't know if it's true or not. I said to myself, Kel, be calm and concentrate. There is a lot more to do, but it's a wonderful, wonderful and a great achievement.
The Nigerian now sits at the top of a table that includes some of African football's biggest stars, players that had a huge influence on the Leicester striker's career.
Manchester City have one hand on the FA Cup.
It's been so important to me as well. When I was there, he encouraged me a lot and he keeps me going. And he's a funny guy. He's like a big brother to me, and he helps me a lot as well. He's a very good player, and he's done well for his country, and he's done well in the Premier League. So he's a legend for me. He comes from the same place that I come from in Nigeria. He's like a king. He's like a king over there. So everyone talks about him a lot. I watched him a little bit when he was finishing in Portsmouth as well. He talks to me a lot about life and football as well. I'm happy I have him I have him close.
And Yakubu! Absolutely tremendous!
Yakubu he's a legend in the country. He's scored a lot of goals. He's quick, fast. He's a different type of striker in the box. He scores goals for fun, and he's done well for Nigeria as well.
Drogba! Yes!
Drogba is a legend. He's been a legend in Chelsea and in the Premier League as well. So it should be someone you should call your role model as a striker.
It's a man who you could describe as Mr. New Wembley, really, Didier Drogba. And that's why.
I can't believe it today, but I'm really happy about it. Being ahead of him in terms of goal scoring in the FA Cup is something incredible.
This season, it's 11 goals in as many games for Iheanacho, the Premier League's Player of the Month for March. In form, the 24-year-old's FA Cup story has a long way to run.
It's just a wonderful competition that I'm always lucky getting goals in the competition, and I can't really explain it, but I'm always scoring in the FA Cup, so it's something good. I'm happy about it, and hopefully many more goals to come.
Still to come, a 15th FA Cup final awaits if Chelsea can beat the favourites.
When you're in semi-final, you want to reach final and win the final, you have to overcome teams like Manchester City, which is, for me, the benchmark in Europe.
And can Leicester City make their first semi-final in 39 years a happy one?
Getting to a semi-final is a rarity. I certainly in my career haven't been in many, so it's a huge occasion.
watching two teams play at Wembley was part of my youth actually, and I would never miss a minute if I had even the chance to watch it. That was for me like watching the landing of the moon, which you can watch and be excited about it, but you can never think like you're part of it. I instantly felt that this is something super big. And this became, of course, a big part of me as a fan for football, to know about the history of the FA Cup, to know about Wembley Stadium, and to know about the footprints that you can step in. So I'm absolutely grateful that I had the opportunity in my life and in my career as a manager to win the cup in France and in Germany, which was absolutely huge. And now to have the possibility to fight for it in England is massive for me. I'm absolutely grateful. I don't want to get carried away, but yeah, it is now. Once you arrive with a club in like Chelsea in a competition like this, you absolutely want to win it. This would be a big thing to do, absolutely. We are very well aware of the importance and history that this cup has in European football.
Thomas Tuchel joined Chelsea with a glowing CV. Since his arrival in January, the Blues have been hugely impressive, losing just twice in 18 games.
We're very happy with the attitude in training and especially in games. There's no better way to get known to your team than playing a lot of games, consecutive matches. I'm very happy with the mentality. We have a lot of competitors. We are ready to fight. We play with a big solidarity. Makes it easy to coach because I like what I see. I like the mix of quality, hunger and passion. We defend with a lot of courage. That we find very aggressive, that the players feel confident to adapt to different formations of the opponent. And yeah, people could think maybe outside that we invest a lot on the training pitch in defensive work, but it's the opposite. I would say we train 85–90% offensive movements, ball possession and creating chances, and far less minutes on defensive movements, but more on defensive behavior. What you see is the quality from the team, and you know, defending is always like nothing else, a team effort. And you see that the team is hungry to show and to defend the goal, which is a good thing to do because it always can restore self-confidence. You can regain self-confidence during a match in difficult moments when you know that when you are aware of that you can protect your goal.
At Chelsea, Tuchel has linked up with countrymen Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, aware that the German internationals have needed time to adapt after joining last summer.
I think it helps them when they feel a little bit maybe closer to the coach from language and that I know them for of course from Bundesliga. But in the end they have to do it. I mean, they have to go through that door. They did the step to Premier League, to the hardest league in Europe. They went to Chelsea, where it's all about winning, all about results. This is a certain culture that is implemented in the club. And they get a lot of credit from me for this step because they stepped out of their comfort zone, and this is where you grow. And so now they face their adversities and they have the obstacles to overcome, and we are here to help them, to push them. And we are confident, and they are self-confident enough to fulfill their dreams.
As a coach at Mainz and Borussia Dortmund, Tuchel never managed to beat Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich. Now comes another chance to overcome the Spaniard.
He is in there for many, many years, so maybe we have the feeling that he can wake his team up in the middle of the night and they will start like playing a 4-4-1 close to perfection. He is the guy who wins titles everywhere. He has huge impact to his teams, and normally the teams play with a huge amount of self-confidence on the ball. It is like the toughest game that you can have. But when you're in semi-final, you want to reach final and win the final, you have to overcome teams like Manchester City, which is for me the benchmark in Europe, together with Bayern Munich. We are well aware of the challenge. We will arrive self-confident, full of respect, but it's a knockout game that hopefully brings out the best in all of us.
Last year's beaten finalists, Chelsea began their FA Cup challenge against League Two Morecambe in the third round. Frank Lampard selected a strong side who flexed their muscle against lower league opponents.
Floated in by Azpilicueta and nodded in by Kai Havertz. It's all smiles at the bridge.
By the end of January, poor league form meant the pressure was building on Lampard when they faced Luton at home in round 4.
Hudson-Odoi to Gilmour, to Hudson-Odoi, Abraham's there this time! And that's that! Just what Chelsea wanted in the predicament that they find themselves in.
But cup progress was not enough to save Lampard's job. By the time Chelsea faced Barnsley in the 5th round, there was a new man in charge.
Even if you're a little boy in Germany, you know the words Wembley for sure, and the words FA Cup.
And here's Reece James, they've got him behind here, and it's a tap-in for Tammy Abraham. Out comes Kepa, struggling, Solberg! A great clearance from Abraham, right off the line to keep it at 1-0. Thomas Tuchel keeps up his fine start. It's 4 wins and a draw now from his opening 5 games.
The Blues had regained their mojo and were expected to continue their FA Cup run at home to Sheffield United.
To Chilwell, back into the mix, it's gone and it's an own goal. Havertz wants it played in early, wasn't the best of balls, but Ziyech's there, and they've killed the tie, and they're heading to Wembley in the semi-final of the FA Cup.
And so Chelsea move on, looking to reach the final for a 15th time and banish the ghost of last year's defeat to Arsenal.
The blue side of Manchester celebrating the first goal in the semi-final, the Manchester derby at Wembley. Back to Hazard. Took it away from Costa. It's Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Oh, brilliant! That's the inspiration that they needed, and Watford aren't out of it yet. Drogba. Oh, magnificent! Wembley is his ground again. The glory here is Didier Drogba's.
Chris Waddle, is he going to have a crack? Oh, he does, and he scores! Anything Paul Gascoigne can do, Chris Waddle can do.
Di Matteo. Zola, brilliant skill by Zola! What a magnificent goal! If that's the goal that takes Chelsea to Wembley, it's worthy of the importance.
Took back in for Hughes. It's there! Manchester United have saved it in the last minute.
Is Gascoigne going to have a crack? He is, you know. Oh, I say! Brilliant! That is schoolboy's own stuff.
of the goals of his career.
Hi, Julian Lescott, ex-professional footballer. Ooh, first memory at the FA Cup. The ugly suits that the Liverpool players wore. I was at prime age round about that, so I would say them ugly suits. Ian Wright. It was an Arsenal game. That was one of the first times I remember seeing names on the back of the shirts. Against Sheffield Wednesday, I think it was.
And it's from right! And the goalscorer extraordinaire helps us yet again.
The best moment here is obviously winning it, holding the trophy.
Manchester City are FA Cup winners.
Played in 3, lost 2. Ugh. Oh yeah, I've scored in a derby in front of the Cup. That was fun.
It's swung in by Stephen Pienaar. It's a free header and it's turned in by Lescott.
Winning tops it all, but yeah, that was a good one, definitely. Especially when we beat them in the second leg. Growing up, but genuinely to hope and dream of winning the FA Cup was one of the goals and one of the dreams, but then to do it at the start of an era of Manchester City's recent and current stature is huge.
Still to come, can Southampton turn their season into something special?
I think it's been a shining light on the club, playing in the FA Cup and getting the results that we have when results haven't gone our way in the league.
And the contestants are up bright and early for our FA Cup quiz.
That's 8 AM on a Thursday for you.
Five years after their unprecedented Premier League triumph, Leicester City have solidified as one of England's top clubs. Integral to the Foxes' success for almost a decade is goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel, whose desire is as strong as ever.
One of the big reasons I've stayed at this club for so long and enjoy being here is that we're always trying to improve. You know, we have amazing owners who back us with everything. You know, they've given us this amazing facility to train at. You know, there's absolutely nothing they won't do for you, and we have one of the best coaches in the world to help maintain this kind of status as one of the better clubs in the country. So everything's in place here for us to keep progressing and keep trying to be better every single year. And I think you can see that on the pitch, you can see that in the evolution of our style of play, you can see that off the pitch in everything that the club does, the way it conducts itself. It's a very classy club, I think. It's a club that try and do things right.
The Danish goalkeeper needed to be patient in his journey to the top. 12 years ago, he was playing in League Two with Notts County. But that experience of the lower leagues, coupled with a drive to succeed, has seen him develop into one of Europe's best.
Goalkeeping goes through, you know, evolutionary phases, and at the moment, the big phase is obviously playing out from the back. And you know, you had back in probably 2012 to 14, you had, you know, the evolution of the sweeper keeper, where Manuel Neuer really excelled in that and still does. You've got so many different types of goalkeepers. You know, the very advanced, proactive goalkeepers that play out a lot. You have your more shot-stopping keepers in the sense of, you know, someone like Jan Oblak at Atletico Madrid, and Ederson probably. Yeah, well, he is the best in the Premier League in my opinion. You know, I look at every goalkeeper and always see if I can try and learn something. You know, I'm lucky that I played in many different leagues, many different levels, many different places. That has given me quite a broad spectrum of playing styles. And, you know, I'm interested to see where we go next with goalkeeping. It's a constant, ongoing evolution.
Under the guidance of Brendan Rodgers, Leicester have become a more technical team, able to dominate games. Manchester United was seen off in the quarter-finals.
It's taken time. Obviously, the fans aren't in the stadium now, but you could tell the kind of the trepidation or the nervousness when we started playing out from the back. But You know, it's controlled risk, and it's something as a keeper you're asked to be creative with the ball, so you got to be able to adapt to those things, and it's a part of the game I really enjoy. I've always put massive emphasis on training with the group, working with my feet and working on that kind of ability, but also making sure that you aren't separated from the team too much, giving them the confidence to see you every single day, dealing with any type of back pass or anything like that. And so in games it just becomes second nature. They don't think twice. They know you can deal with whatever's coming your way, and it's important, I think, you know, to stay involved with the group, and training is something that, you know, like I say, I've always really put a lot of emphasis on joining in with the outfielders, and with Brendan, that's just second nature. That's not even a talking point. You know, you're just involved as you would be.
Now 34, Schmeichel is one of the senior figures in the dressing room as Leicester prepare for their first FA Cup semi-final in 39 years. He knows this could be his last chance to win the FA Cup.
Getting to a semi-final is a rarity. I certainly in my career haven't been in many, so it's a huge occasion, something that we're really looking forward to. You know, we're gutted we can't really have the full experience of this occasion because of obviously the restrictions on fans and stuff like that, but we have to just do what we have been doing all season in terms of making sure that when we go out on the pitch we block everything else out and we just do our jobs. This time it's Southampton, so that's where our focus is, and making sure this year that we make it to the final.
Leicester's FA Cup challenge began in the Potteries, and Stoke were brushed aside in round 3. Fullback James Justin sent the Foxes on their way. Before Mark Albrighton, Ayoze Perez and Harvey Barnes added gloss to the proceedings. Job done in Stoke. Brendan Rodgers and his team needed to keep things rolling on the road at Brentford, playing in their new West London home.
Madison. Oh, brilliant take. Under. Perfectly placed. Not a bad take by Barnes. Goalkeeper has come a long way off his line. He spills it right into the path of James Madison, and could be the one that knocks Brentford out of the FA Cup.
The Seagulls of Brighton made a flying visit to the King Power in round 5, and Leicester were made to work.
If it's going to happen, it has to happen now, and it has! Kelechi Iheanacho has just headed Leicester City into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup.
After reaching the quarter-finals for the 3rd time in 4 years, could the Foxes find the winning formula against 12-time winners Manchester United?
Well, that's an opportunity for Iheanacho, and a defensive shambles for Manchester United. Here is Tielemans, Vardy on the shoulder of Lindelof, but Tielemans goes for goal. And that's another terrific strike from Yuri Tielemans. Lighted in beyond Henderson and headed in by Iheanacho. Leicester City are into the FA Cup semi-finals. A tremendous victory masterminded by Brendan Rodgers.
Leicester City have never won the FA Cup. Is this finally their year? In 1997, Chesterfield of the 3rd tier faced top-flight Middlesbrough in an FA Cup semi-final that turned into quite a story.
Middlesbrough had most of the possession, their quality players at the time, but to go in half-time at 0-0, obviously, they were a man down, which I think the manager probably reminded us because we'd forgot at half-time, but get to half-time still in the game, we're thinking, well, this game could be anybody's.
And they've 3 in the middle here, Chesterfield. Davies stamps the ball, Morris has to score! Chesterfield lead! What an incredible moment! And Chesterfield have got Steele and they've got Morris away. Can he make it 2? He will be a hero. If he does, he's still here. Morris, the keeper's brought him down. It's a penalty.
He didn't have a penalty taker. I think the TV footage of the manager saying Dyche and pointing at him because he knew he was the leader. He knew he was the one who would have to step up. He said, "You're the captain. You step up and take it."
So the captain, Sean Dyche, who hasn't scored a goal for nearly 4 years, is here, and he scored!
You know, they got back in the game at 2-1, and then obviously the jitters start. And obviously the goal that wasn't given would have made it 3-1 to us with about 15 minutes to go, which I think would have made history then and got to the final.
Allen's got another chance, must surely do it. Is the goal given?
The linesman definitely gave the goal. To this day I wish I'd just gone and stood with him and said, keep your flag up and flag to the referee.
Ellery is waving the players back. Two teams going for the other side's throat, and now Juninho. Oh, Pastiche, he's balked, it's a penalty!
He's not the most popular figure in Chesterfield, Mr. Ellery.
Craig Hignett's penalty took the game to extra time. And 10-man Borough looked set to complete an amazing turnaround when Gianluca Festa put them ahead.
The emotions of the day, I don't think we had a lot left in the tank.
Ravanelli will chase back, and it's in here, towards Howard, towards Morris, towards Hewitt! I don't believe it! I do not believe it!
I've been told by loads of people around the football club that they were probably the worst celebrations they've seen, with me running with my hands in the air like that. You don't know what to do at a time like that, to be fair. It was just, we've equalised in the last minute.
The replay ended in a 3-0 defeat for Chesterfield. But despite what could have been, their fans will never forget that day at Old Trafford.
It was an absolutely amazing time. When we got so far, it was just all the town was FA Cup crazy.
Thousands of players dream of making it to the top. Southampton's Che Adams is a prime example of not giving up on your dream. After failing to make the grade as a youngster, Adams had to work his way up the football pyramid from non-league.
Started at Coventry, got released about under 14s, went and played locally with some friends, and after that I went to Ilkeston when they were on a scholarship, and I ended up playing, first team regularly.
Age 20, Adams made the leap to League One Sheffield United before catching the eye of Championship Birmingham in 2016.
At a young age, it was just all about self-belief and self-confidence to reach the goals that you've set. So I think you have to do it all yourself and own your responsibility, because if you want to do something in life, it's you that has to do it, and you have to step up to that.
After thriving in the West Midlands, Che swapped St Andrews for St Mary's, becoming Ralph Hasenhüttl's second signing in the summer of 2019. His rise to the top has led to international recognition, with a first Scotland cap and goal last month.
Looking back with my time at Scotland, it was an amazing camp, and some good results. It's just one thing that I want to take it back now into club football. So what better way to do it than a semi-final?
And Southampton are going through, no doubt about it now.
Just spoken to someone about that. They said I've played in the first round of the FA Cup, which is quite, surreal. And to put myself now in this position, playing in the semi-finals, it's amazing. I've never played at Wembley before, and to play in a semi-final, it's a great achievement for the club and for the team. For how hard we've worked over these past couple of years, and I think we're a great club and we're capable of beating anyone on our day. So it's just up to us now, and just hope we get the win and make history and get our names out there.
Adams joins the long list of non-league players arriving late to the big league. Jamie Vardy has his own unlikely story, and he'll be on the opposing side at Wembley.
Vardy scores! He looks a player.
He's definitely a role model to many people out there. He's having a good season, and he's been a top Premier League striker for many years now, so I think it's definitely something we've got to watch out for and just be aware of. They're a great team. They've had a good season. They're going to have a lot of confidence going into the game. I think we've had a good cup run, so we just have to take that into the semi-final. I think it's been a shining light on the club playing in the FA Cup and getting the results that we have when results haven't gone our way in the league. So it's a good feeling.
Leicester born, Adams recognises the part he has to play if Southampton are to upset their opponents. And his role with Danny Ings could be key.
It's been a great partnership. I like playing with him and we can play good together. You want to help the team as best as you can, whether that's creating or scoring. There's been a couple of goals that have went in and I've helped to assist the team in any way, and I think as a striker that's all you want to do. At the start of the season, goals have flown freely, and I think it's just about getting that back now and taking it into the next couple of weeks, and hopefully we can do that. It's just a crazy experience, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Southampton's road to Wembley began on the south coast as Ralph Hasenhüttl's side entertained League One Shrewsbury Town.
Dudu. Oh, it's hit. The defender had gone in, and the young striker has scored for Southampton. He's going to go for goal, and it's gone in. James Ward-Prowse with another set piece seals Southampton's passage to the fourth round of the FA Cup.
Southampton's last cup final appearance ended in defeat to Arsenal in 2003. They faced the Gunners in the fourth round. Carl Walker-Peters' deflected shot earned a first ever cup victory over the holders.
There'll be a new name on the Emirates FA Cup this season. Arsenal are out.
More Premier League opposition was beaten in round 5. Victory at Wolves highlighted Southampton's growing cup confidence.
Danny Ings in behind, it's Ings, good save by Ronnie, but in it goes, and Southampton have the lead finally. Armstrong to wrap it up, which he's done, and Southampton are going through to the quarter-finals, no doubt about it now.
The last 8 provided a welcome distraction from a downturn in league form. Southampton excelling along the south coast at Bournemouth.
He's found Gineppo, and Gineppo goes for goal and takes it beautifully. Redmond is round Cook and makes it 2. It's Armstrong, it's hit the post. Redmond, yes, 3-0.
And so the Saints march on to Wembley, dreaming of a repeat of their one cup win in 1976. Finally, it's quiz time with a goalkeepers and strikers lineup. Stoppers Zach Steffen and Fraser Forster competing with Kelechi Iheanacho and Tammy Abraham. All set?
All right, let's go.
Question 1. After 2 goals in the quarter-final, Leicester City's Kelechi Iheanacho became the FA Cup's all-time leading African goalscorer. But which 4-time winner previously held the record?
I have no idea. It's going to be someone really obvious as well, isn't it?
I would like to say Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba?
Correct. It was Chelsea legend Didier Drogba who scored 12 goals in the competition, including 4 in finals. Question 2. It's 8 years since Manchester City and Chelsea last met in the semi-finals. But who scored the decisive goal that day?
I'm going to go for the popular one, Sergio Aguero.
Kun. Aguero?
Hey, there we go.
Well done, Zach. It was, of course, your teammate, Sergio Kun Aguero, who scored the winner in a 2-1 win. Question 3. Zach and Fraser will be hoping to produce some defining moments for their teams this weekend. But 3 keepers have saved a penalty in an FA Cup final. Can you name one?
Oh, gosh. I want to say Petr Cech. I'm going to have to put Petr Cech in there.
Petr Cech?
I'm going to say Petr Cech.
Correct. Petr Cech saved Kevin Prince Boateng's spot kick in 2010. Whilst Dave Besant and Mark Crossley have also saved penalties in finals. Question 4 is geography. Which of the 4 clubs competing in the semi-finals is the furthest distance from Wembley?
Is that us?
Manchester City.
Man City, yeah. Man City. I'm still getting my bearings of England.
That's okay, Zach. Manchester City's Etihad Stadium is 200 miles from Wembley, making it the furthest away. And question 5. Leicester and Southampton have contested 21 semi-finals between them. But which of them most recently reached a final?
I think I'm a bit too young to remember.
Leicester haven't been in the finals, so Southampton was in the finals.
Southampton. Us?
Yes, Fraser. Southampton were the last to reach the final back in 2003, when they were beaten 1-0 by Arsenal. So this week's quiz ends all square, with 3 players scoring top marks.
Did I go 5 for 5? It's 5 out of 5. It's not bad.
Really? Wow. Yes!
Over the years, the FA Cup semi-finals have provided the competition with some of its most memorable and emotional moments. Losing at this stage does not bear thinking about. Enjoy the drama, and we'll see you next time.